Welcome, everybody.
I told everyone in the chat to tell us where they're tuning in from while we're waiting for everyone to start funneling in.
Fantastic. All right. Dum-dum-dum. We're just giving it another minute or so. People are still joining. Thank you all for joining us for this webinar on badge basics at the American College of Healthcare Sciences. Oh my gosh, everybody is everywhere. Florida, Denver, Colorado, Connecticut, Montana. Oh, that is so cool. Kentucky, Oklahoma. All right. Texas. I hope you all in the Midwest are safe. I had read about some tornadoes and such recently. My dad is in Texas and Dallas. So um, it's really great to connect with all of you. We'll go ahead and get started. This is going to be probably about 30 minutes. There'll be plenty of time at the end for question and answers. So I'm just really excited. My name's Nathan Phillips. I am the Chief Information Officer at the American College of Healthcare Sciences. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the basics of badges today. We'll discover what badges are. We'll take a look at our new system for badges at ACHS. And we'll get a sense of how to use badges. And I'll have some tips and tricks for you, suggestions about what you might do with badges. I've got a little poll. I'm going to go ahead and launch that right now. And if you don't mind completing that, and so it's just to get a sense of where you're at. Have you earned a badge ever before? Have you ever shared a badge? And do you have a badge already from our previous system, Credly? And you may not know, that's okay. Thank you for answering that. Fantastic. I appreciate your responses. It's really great. Looks like most of you have earned a badge before, and a few of you have shared a badge, but not many. We'll show you how to do that today. And then a lot of you, about half, have earned a badge from Credly. So we'll talk a little bit about that. So thank you so much for submitting those questions or answering that poll. Okay. let's just do a little bit about what a badge is. Now, most of you, I think, are familiar, but not everybody. So, and maybe there'll be something new here. So I'm gonna just spend a few minutes talking about what a badge is. And a badge is a representation of something you learned or achieved, all right? So it's almost always got an image associated with it. And you can see an example here on this slide. I'm not sure which side of me that's on. And it's typically an organization will issue the badge, like a school, just like us. But it can also be a workplace, a governmental organization, a nonprofit, or a professional organization. Really, anybody can issue a badge, but there needs to be some mechanism to get the badge to the person that earned it, some way to deliver the badge and so that you have a record of it. And most organizations use a service for that. Some will build their own service. If you're really big, like Microsoft has their own service for that. And that's the service that's one of the reasons we're here today. We're going to talk more about that. We use a service now called Canvas Credentials. Okay. And so what happens is an independent organization outside. So we've got Canvas Credentials, who's the service who's helping us provide the badge to you. They take care of the mechanics, is the way to think about it. Then we have us, ACHS. We're the people that create the badge and say what the badge is for and what it means. And then we have this third organization who created the format for badges. Now, some of you I know are students at ACHS. If you're not, you might be thankful to not know what APA is. But if you're a student at ACHS, you probably know about APA formatting. But even if you're not, if you've been in school, you know that there's a certain way to format papers, right? How you're supposed to organize your paper and how you're supposed to put a bibliography at the end and all that. All those specifications are created by, the APA. That's an organization. And they created, they're independent of schools, they're independent of other organizations, and they set the standard. Well, there's a similar kind of organization that created the standard for badges. It's called Open Badges, really simple. And it's really great because it means that there's a universal standard to the way a badge works and behaves that's independent of everybody. And that's what allows us to move badges around and use them very effectively. Okay. So let's see. There we go. I just thought it'd be interesting to see little numbers here. This is from the Open Badge organization. And what you see on the right, 74,780,775. That's a lot of badges. That's how many badges have been issued. Can you believe it? And that's in 2022. So it's been 2 years since that number. So it's just shocking. There's a lot of badges, and those are all open badges. They all adhere to a certain standard. The number on the other side, 27, is the number of organizations or services that provide the mechanism for getting badges. Canvas Credentials is one of those. Our previous organization, Credly, was also one of those. So each of those 27 organizations actually represent thousands of other organizations. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of colleges, schools, nonprofits, organizations, professional organizations, governmental organizations that issue badges and workplaces. What do you do with the badges? Well, here's some of the things that badges are good for. What's the benefit of them, I should say. They're verifiable, right? So that's part of the reason, we have open badges, is it allows us to verify, confirm that the badge is legitimate, and to tie that badge back to the organization that issued it, and have a clear set of criteria for why you earned that badge, which is really great, because when someone else looks at that badge, they'll be able to say oh yeah, this is what that badge represents. You can get details on that. Badges, we already alluded to this, they're shareable. So you can easily display them on social media. in professional organizations, you can put them on your resume. So people sometimes put them in their email signatures even. And they're also dynamic. So in some cases, they can be updated over time. So as you earn new skills or new knowledge, that can be reflected in your earning of the badges. And the last thing is that I just kind of said this earlier, they hold detailed information, right? So they can contain the criteria and what criteria got met. They can even contain, like it says here, multimedia content, video, presentations can be connected to the badge. Okay, so there's a lot of good things that badges can do. What do you do with them? Well, you can use them for your education, right? So they're awarded for completing courses. That's one of the things we do here. When you complete a micro-credential at ACHS, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. You can earn a badge. Workplace training. So companies use badges to recognize that you've achieved a certain skill or learned something through the company. And professional development. So a lot of online platforms, professional organizations issue badges for participation in workshops, conferences, and that sort of thing. So let's talk about badges at ACHS. Okay. Oh, and I see there's a few questions. Let me just look real quick. Yeah, Paula, we're going to talk a little bit about this. There is you can click on a badge. So I'm going to show you that in a minute, okay? And I'm going to have some time at the end for some more questions. So I'll try to keep an eye on that. But if I miss your question, we'll loop back to it, okay? So badges at ACHS. Well, as I mentioned, we've upgraded our badge provider recently. We are now using Canvas credentials. We used to use Credly. Canvas credentials is one of the benefits of it is has a really rich integration with Canvas, which is our learning management system. So we found that we can do a lot more now inside of Canvas and by linking our badges to the course content. Something that's going to be coming soon are what we call pathways, so that you can follow a pathway and earn badges along the way and build up a larger credential that way. So it's really cool. And you can even personalize those pathways. So that's really one of the biggest reasons and benefits of moving to this other provider. Let's see. Yeah, I've got a little video here. Let's see how we're doing on time. It's not very long, but I think what I'll do is I'll just put the link into the chat. And if you all want to copy that and then watch it on your own, I don't want to take up too much time. It's just a little short video, 3-minute video that talks about Canvas credentials, the little marketing oriented. So it's fun. There's not a lot of information in it, but I thought it'd be, if you want a little bit more information about Canvas credentials and the company Canvas and structure that makes it, this video is really nice. So you could click the link now and just put that web page off to the side. Or, if I'm boring, watch the video while I'm talking, okay? And then in a few minutes, I'll do a little demo. So you might time it just right to get the interesting demo and miss all my talking. So if you want to do that, that's fine. This is what our page on Canvas credentials looks like. You may stumble across this. It's not really a page you need to go to, but I'm going to put the link here into the chat as well. And what you see there, when you go to that web page, is a list of all the badges that we issue. Now, you'll get those or see that on our main website as well. But it's just a handy place to go and see all that. Also, on this site is where you would sign in or create an account. So all of you can create an account right now. And so you don't have to wait to get a badge. You can make an account right now. You should generally use the email address that you would receive the badge for. For most of you, that's your personal email address. So if you're taking a course through ACHS, you're in Canvas, or you're in a micro-credential, if you're getting communications from us, whatever email that communication is going to, that's what you'll want to use to create your account. Now, whoops, what if you made a different account? What if you made an account with two different email addresses? It's not a problem. You can create multiple accounts, but you'll have some badges in each account. So you probably want to move them all together. And that's very easy to do. I'm going to show you how to do that. So in general, you kind of want to keep track of things in one account, which is going to be your main personal email address. Can you use your ACHS email address? Absolutely, no problem. You can use that as your account as well. It's kind of up to you. You might want to use your personal email address because eventually you'll graduate and you'll still have access to it, right? So because we allow students and alumni to continue to use their ACHS email address. But as you move on from our institution, you may want to have that personal email address hold your badges, and you might earn badges from other places. So it's really up to you. It's a personal decision. But as you know, you are more than welcome to keep that email address for indefinitely and to use it. And we welcome you to take courses, with us in the future. So it really can be any address, and it's easy to move things around. Okay. So let's see here. Well, let me just show you what that looks like. I'm just going to go to that page. So hold on here. And I want to show you that. Yeah, here it is. There we go. So this is what you're looking at is my page. So when you sign in, you can see the email, the web address at the top. So I've signed in to my badge account. And when you first sign in, it looks a little bit like this. And actually, you won't see this issuer. That's because I can issue badges. That's a special privilege. But your backpack up here at the top. So if you see the links at the top and go to your backpack, that's where you'll see all the badges that you've earned. And see here, you can see a number of badges. All right. And if you, let's see, look at our organization, I was just showing you the screenshot of that. Here it is. And let's just take a look here. What I want to see is actually this page. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong page. Sorry about this because I am, here it is. It's not quite, oh my gosh. Oh, there it is, view public page. Since I'm an admin, I see all this back. I don't know, that might be interesting to you, right? I can see how many people got all these badges. So that's not what you'll see. You'll see this page. Sorry, that took so long. So this is the public page that I was just showing you before. And if I scroll down, you can see there's all the different badges. And when you click on a badge, like Dean's List, it tells you, a little summary of what the badge is all about, has a link to our website, and then it has earning criteria, right? So in the middle, the earning criteria is what it takes to earn that badge. And this is pretty simple. It's the Dean's List badge. So if you're a student at ACHS pursuing a degree, you could earn a badge for getting a 4.0. And then you have some associated skills. What are the skills associated with this badge? And you can click on those skills, and it'll give you a little summary what kind of companies value those skills, what are some top jobs with those skills, so this is really cool. It's a lot of related information about that skill. For something like a dean's list is a very general kind of skill, but some of our other badges, right? So if we go back here, like if you did a micro-credential, so let's say you took integrative cannabis specialist badge, right? So if you earn that badge, then the skill set is a little more specialized. And you also see, here's all the criteria for that badge, like some of the criteria that says why you got that badge. I'm going to look at one more here. Let's see if I'm remembering correctly. There's one down here. Let's see, I may have gone past it. I think this one is a good one. Yeah. There's this is, see, in some of our badges, like this one, right? Certified aromatherapy safety professional. Some of these badges and our micro-credentials are helpful when you're earning a professional certification somewhere. So, we're working with other organizations to make sure that when you earn a badge, it'll have, some kind of, it'll have usefulness with your other pursuits. Like in this case, the NAHA Level 1 certified badge, which, and you can see when it says external criteria, if I click that link there, it'll take you to, in this case, our website, and you can read more about, that badge and how it connects to our integrative health program. Okay. So that can be really helpful to connect the badge with other things that you might be wanting to accomplish or do. Okay. Let's see here. This all is in relationship to, by the way, like just looking here. In fact, if you go to our learn.achs.edu, whoops, I typed that in wrong. Learn.achs.edu. Why did I? There we go. This site, learn.achs.edu, and I think most of you are familiar with it. This is our continuing education micro-credential courses offerings. So as you probably know, we offer a degree program, so you can earn a degree, a bachelor's degree, a certificate, a master's degree. But you can also go here and earn micro-credentials and continuing education credits. So, and our most recent one, by the way, is this Wellness Business Operations Specialist. We just launched this. And you can take this course. And in this case, this course is designed to teach you the fundamentals of creating a business inside the wellness industry. And when you complete this course or any of our micro-credentials, you'll get a badge that will be like a short summary, a testament to what you've accomplished inside of that micro-credential. Now, what's really cool about that, right, is that you can then post that badge on LinkedIn. Okay. So let me just go back to my little presentation. So we're now going to talk about how you can use your badges. And I'm going to show this, I'm going to demonstrate this. But one of the easiest and best things you can do with a badge is just to share it on social media. And one of the most popular social media places to share it is LinkedIn. And the steps are super simple. They're here. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you can. I don't know if you even need to, really. It is so easy. I'm going to go through the steps with you. You could do it if you have a badge already. You can do it with me. But it just amounts to logging into the badge service, and any badge service, whether it's Canvas Credentials or even Credly, our old service, or other service providers, almost all of them just simply have a button that says share. So let me show you what that looks like, okay? So I'm going to go back to, here we go. Go back to our website. I'm going to go back to my account here. I'll just show you my account, and I'll look at my backpack, and here's all my badges. And I'm like, ooh, wouldn't it be great to share this badge? This is a badge I earned through achs. Achs is a nonprofit organization for higher education technology professionals, which is me. And so achs is this really cool group, and I participate, and I got a badge. Look at that. And they sent a badge to me. Isn't that cool? And now I'm like, whoa, that's great. But am I just going to keep it to myself, this badge? I'm going to be like, hey, this badge is just about me. No, I want to share it. So I'm going to click share. And I've got a couple of options. Now, one thing is just a link. So this is really handy. Like, I don't know, like I just want to send the link or add the link somewhere. Right there, I just copy that link and I can paste that link into anything I want, right? Similarly, I've got a little HTML tab. So maybe I want to put this link on my website. I can do it as a card, or I can do it like, so it looks more like this. At the bottom is the code. So if you don't have to be that great with technology, you just copy this code and you can embed it or put it into wherever you want, a portfolio online, a website, whatever you want. But mostly, make it easier, we want to share it on social media. And so what you're seeing here is actually just a shortcut. It's kind of the same thing as copying from here or here. But just to make it easier, I'm just going to like click a button, and then Canvas Credentials does all the work. Do I want to show my email address or not? I don't know. So I can click that off or leave it on. I'll leave it on, and I'll just add it to my profile. This is the LinkedIn button, or I can do Facebook. The company formerly known as Twitter, Pinterest, or Canvas ePortfolios. So most of the time we're doing LinkedIn. So I'm just going to click LinkedIn, and it pops up a box. I don't think you can see this box, but it pops up a box. Let me, I think it'd be useful to see that box. Let me just stop the sharing and show you that little box. Okay, there it is. So this is the box that it popped up when I hit the post to LinkedIn. And it's got a summary of all the information. And mostly this is going to be correct. You can change it, like you just want to look and see, like, is this right? So if it's not, you can change it. But, here's all the information that's going to be connected to the badge. And I can add skills if I feel like the skills aren't already there. That depends on the badge. In this case, this badge didn't have skills associated with it. When you use our badges, there'll be some skills already embedded there, but I can totally add one. I can say like leadership, because, it is, right? So I'll do that. And then I'll just save it like that. So I'll hit save. And there it goes. And it posted it. Now, it looks like I was already signed into my LinkedIn account. So it recognized that. If I weren't signed into my LinkedIn account, it would have me sign into my LinkedIn account. So, and then if I want, I can send a little message. I'm happy to share that I've changed a new certification, community group leaders, right? And then I might want to change this Canvas credentials. And I might want to say from ACHS, if it's an ACHS badge, or from EduCause. It's a little bit more accurate. I mean, yes, the badge came from, or was like, linked through Canvas credentials, but really in this case, the certification comes from EduCause. So that's the way I would do it. I'm not going to post this one because it was from a year ago, and I'm a little embarrassed. I'm going to get a new one this year. So I'm going to X out of that and just not post it. So I'll just discard it. That's fine. But the badge is still connected to my LinkedIn profile. So that is how you post a badge to LinkedIn. Super easy, right? Now, the last thing I'm going to do today, and we're just right at 30 minutes. And actually, I started a few minutes late, so it looks like I'm going to actually keep my word and end this presentation at 30 minutes, and we'll have some time for some questions. But what I want to show you now is how to move the badge to Canvas credentials. So how do I move badges around? For example, if you have a badge in Credly, our old system, how do I get it into the new system? And this works, by the way, for any system, like moving from Canvas credentials to Credly, or from Credly to other systems. Because you might, if you've done a lot of badges, you might have badges in other systems and not a problem, okay? So it's super easy, all right? And I'll demonstrate this. I've got a link here, and I'll go ahead and post that. I don't think you'll need it, but this is the instructions on how to move badges from one backpack to another, all right? So, so what I'm going to do is I'll share my screen again. Let's go back to here. And so what you'll do is you will you'll sign into both systems. So right now I'm in Canvas credentials, and what I'm going to do is add a badge. All right. And what I need is the address, all I need is this bad web address in order to copy a badge from one system to the other. So where is that? Well, I need to go to the other system. So here's Credly. I've already logged in. If you're not logged in, you just go to credly.com. Or what other system, you might be in other systems. If you've earned a badge at work, there might be a system there. Credly is a really popular one. Canvas Credentials is a really popular one. There's one called, what's it called? Accredible. Accredible is a very popular one. So there's a lot of services, and you have an account, you sign in, and these are all the badges that are inside of my Credly account. You'll see the same badge actually right there. It can be in both places, right? But if you look at my Canvas, it's like, if I look here, I'm like, okay, well, look at all my badges. I got my 2023 group leaders and 2022 group leaders, but I want everything in one place. So I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to find my 2021 group leaders badge. And I just click on it. And oh, it signed me out. Look at that. So I better sign back in. Well, here we go. So I'm going to sign back in. There we go. Okay, there we are. And I want to find my badges. So in Credly, I just go to my badge area, and there they are again. This is where I just was. It just kicked me out. So I'm going to click on this badge, and there's all the information. You can tell it looks very similar to Canvas credentials. All the badge systems use a pretty similar format. Why? Because they're open badges. Remember, they all use the same format. It's just like any paper that's APA formatted will look very similar. So same idea. I've got like the little blurb about it, and then I've got the skills and the criteria. So what I want to do up here is, let's see, I think I want to share my badge. So I want my badge to be shared to my other system, and I'm going to get the public link. That's what I want. Okay, public link. So I click public link and I copy it. So now I've got the link to that badge, and I go back to Canvas and I add the badge. I paste the link in here and I say add badge. That's it. Isn't that easy? Well, I say that's it. Maybe I spoke too soon. It's still going. And I don't know if you can see it's still spinning. So anticipation. Oh, thank goodness it worked. I was really nervous. What if that failed? I'd look terrible, right? There we go. See, that was easy. And Canvas Credentials showed you your newest badges right there. New badges, it's down here in the list as well. So there it is. And look, there all it is. It's all the same information, just like we saw. It's like, look at that. There it is. It's like almost the same stuff, right? So the same information, the same badge, it all offered by Educause, it all connects, right? So it's beautiful. So now I can go back to my Credly account, and find if I have other badges, I can move them all over. and I might want to move some of these badges over to my new account. I could do it vice versa too, by the way. I could go here and I could copy these and move them out of the other place. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. You just might not want to manage multiple accounts, but there's no, you get to keep this account. We're not on Credly anymore, but I keep this account indefinitely. That's a part of the agreement. So Credly and Canvas Credentials made an agreement to keep these accounts active. It's my account. It's not connected to ACHS anymore over here at Credly, right? But it's my account. It might have my ACHS email address associated with it, but it's my personal account, right? And Credly agreed to make that, available. I accidentally clicked on that one. So, yeah, there you go. Look, that's the presentation today. I really appreciate your time, and I'm going to look for some of the questions now. Those are the badge basics, and you can go into our courses and go into our micro-credentials. Micro-credentials is the best way to earn a badge, and probably the most meaningful, right? But you can earn a badge if you are a student and you get on the dean's list. And we're going to start issuing badges for accomplishing certain things within our courses. So if you're a regular student and you take a course and you complete a certain series of items, you may find yourself earning a badge. So there's a lot of possibilities with badges. All right. I really appreciate your time. I'm just going to scan through the questions here and look and see. If I didn't answer a question, if you want to post that newly in the chat, that's a good idea. There are a lot of comments and I don't want to miss anything. So yeah, thanks, Sarah. I'm really glad this was useful to you. And I hope this helped. And Paula, is there just one link to get our badges? Yeah, so Paula, so I'm not sure I'm going to answer this correctly, so correct me, but when you earn a badge from ACHS, it gets issued to you automatically. There's nothing you need to do other than fulfill the criteria. So for example, if you make the dean's list, you don't have to ask for the badge, you don't have to do any of that stuff. The badge gets sent to you and you'll get an email. Or if you log in to or create an account in Canvas Credentials, right? So that the ACHS dot the BADGR, like badge, right? BADGR.com. So if you go to that website, I sent that earlier, that's our homepage on Canvas Credentials. If you go there and create an account or sign in, so if you already have an account, sign in, or create an account, just be sure to use the same email address you do in Canvas, which is probably your personal email address. Then if you go in there and create that account, you'll see the badge waiting for you because it's already been issued to you. Or you'll get an email with a little link and you'll click on that link, right? So that's the way it works. If you complete a micro-credential, again, you'll get an email once you finish the requirements. The badge requirements will be different, right? So for a dean's list, you got to earn a 4.0. For a micro-credential, there's usually a quiz. You got to complete the course, and we track that. And then, when you do that, you'll get an email, and you'll be able to click the link and get the badge. Yeah. The web address, you notice Paula says Badgr, BADGR. That's actually an old service. There was a former service called Badgr. That was the name of a company that Canvas Credentials purchased. They were a very large issuer of badges, and the company and structure that runs Canvas purchased them. And it's now called Canvas Credentials, but they kept the web address because so many people use it. And it's pretty intuitive too, Badgr, right? So it's a really good address, but it doesn't really mean anything. It's just an easy way to remember how to get there. Let's see. Anybody else have a question that I didn't answer?
Nathan, thank you so much. This is Felicia over with the Alumni and Career Services Department. I really enjoyed your presentation, and I just wanted to emphasize the importance from kind of a career standpoint of sharing these badges on LinkedIn profiles and on your resume and website. Employers are always looking for upskilling and boosting your credentials, and this is an easy way for you to show very quickly on your LinkedIn profile that you've taken the time to invest in your professional development. So taking things like micro-credentials really helps to boost, if you are looking for employment. So I just want to, kind of chime in and remind people the importance of professional development. Employers are looking for it. So.
Yeah, thank you, Felicia. That is, yeah, absolutely. And we are always looking out for what employers want, right? So, we're designing our micro-credentials and issuing badges. We even work with employers to see, like, what do they need in the workforce and what badges can provide. So, we're going to continue to issue new badges. And this newest one, the wellness business operations specialist, is an example of that, where there's a lot of cool content in there that's really powerful for starting your own business, being an entrepreneur, skills in the business side of things, but connected to what we do, integrative holistic healthcare. And it's a really great place to get those skills. That's fantastic. Hey, look, we're all done. So I'm staying for a few minutes for more questions. This is complete now. Grab those links. Feel free to give us any feedback. If you have any more questions, I'll hang around for a few minutes. But I really appreciate everybody attending. So thank you for that. Yeah, Tamara, that's a good question about putting the badges on your resume. The advantage of LinkedIn, of course, is that you can click on the badge and then you can find out more about it. I've seen people put them on their resume. I think it depends a lot on the nature of, who your resume is for, like what job you're going for. So, so yes, I think the short answer is like it probably won't hurt anything, right? So you can put a little badge. It's a nice visual. So if you can have like a few badges, I think that looks good. It's not super common, right? So a lot of people just list their skills, but I think you're seeing it happen more and more often. And certainly people are using digital resumes a lot. So if you have a digital resume, like it's online, or even using LinkedIn as your resume, then I certainly encourage you to put the badge there. I think it's really useful. That's a really good question. All right. Thank you all. I'm going to close down the webinar. If there's no last questions, if you want to get it in, maybe you're thinking, just open the chat box and put that in. Okay, good. Well, thank you again for attending. And if a question comes up, you're welcome to email us. All right. And if you have any problem with badges, you can email support@achs.edu for assistance. And that email address is all over our website and everywhere. So you don't have to like write it down. All right. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.